What's up, guys? It's your boy Meech the Preach, man. Welcome back to another video. Hey, I hope you guys are feeling amazing, great, and beautiful, man. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about what I've learned from living in my car. I recorded this video when I was driving to Orlando like a month ago, but all my footage got deleted, so yeah, I'm remaking this. But as many of you guys know, and if you didn't know, I lived out of my car from October 19th to February 1st of this year. So what's that? October, November, December, January, February. 4 to 5 months I lived out of my car. I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland. Drove all the way out west to California and came back. So yeah, that's a little brief introduction. But the things that I've learned, I'm gonna start it off with the first one is I felt free. Like I felt like it was just me in this world. Like I could wake up, do whatever I want, do whatever I want, whenever I want, with whoever I want. Mostly my dog Spike. And just do anything. It was a new adventure every day, so I felt free. I didn't have to wake up, clock into a job, be in the rat race, all things like that. I lived in this very truck, man. Yeah, so I felt free, but with freedom comes great responsibility. And if you're not responsible with your freedom, it's like money. With money comes great responsibility. If you're not responsible with anything that you're gifted with, it can turn against you. And it started turning against me a little bit. Like I said, I woke up, did whatever I want, whenever I want, but bad habits crept in. I was eating a lot of fast food. I didn't have any major bills other than my truck, my phone, and gas and insurance. So I was just doing whatever I want. I didn't have a set routine. So that kind of like was a bad side of it, but other than that, it was amazing, man. Like I really miss it. I would do it again. Right now I'm currently back in Maryland, getting things situated to get into my own place, or hop back on the road. I don't know, I'm still decided. But yeah, man, the freedom, like waking up, going on a hike in Phoenix, then going in a mountain inside of Colorado, then almost getting killed by someone in Utah, and going on Santa Monica Beach in Cali, like different things like that. I just felt free, and that's what I earned for when I first started this trip. So that's the first thing. Secondly is I realized that I only got me, and if you do this and you're watching this, you only got you. I mean, it's just you and God. I had me, Spike, and God, but it's just you. When you're driving, whether you're traveling while you're living out of your car or you're just staying stationary, it's just you. You don't have a house. This is your house. I slept in the back of this truck right here. It was just me, just sleeping right there. I woke up, it was just me and my dog. But person-wise, it was just me. I went to sleep, it was just me. Most of the days, it was just me. And once you realize that you only got you, nobody's coming to save you. Like I was sleeping in Colorado. God forbid, God willingly, I didn't freeze in my truck. I could have froze to death inside of my truck, or carbon monoxide poison and things like that. But you only got you. And once you realize that, once you realize that, it's like, damn, I gotta do what I gotta do to survive. Because you're surviving. Like every day we survive, we live a life, but you're actually out there surviving. Like anybody can come up and bust your window and do something to you. Whether, like, if you have a house, you're in a stationary place, you can put up cameras, have multiple security measures and protection. But in your car, you're putting yourself in a new environment. Probably I was putting myself in a new environment every night. I probably slept in over 100 places, man. Something bad could have happened. Yeah, man. So once you realize you only got you, it's like nobody's coming to save you. It's just you. The next thing is do not take a bed for granted. I do not take a bed for granted anymore, man. Whether it be a twin size bed, an air mattress, or a king size bed, man. I was sleeping back here. I'm 6'3", guys. This is probably only like a 5'10", maybe 6 foot. I think it was like 58 inches or something like that. So I was crammed up in here, man. And when I got back home, or when I was staying with my sisters and my grandparents, You know, I love that bed, man. I will never take a bed for granted anymore. A lot of us, you know, we take the small things for granted, such as a bed or a roof over our head, and a lot of people don't have that. When I was sleeping out of my car, you know, I was grateful that I had a mattress and had a place to sleep in. Some people were just sleeping on the floor in the streets, you know. I was in Oklahoma, I think it was Oklahoma, and people were just walking past a whole bunch of homeless people just laid out under a tunnel and being loud as shit. I'm like, damn, man. I'm grateful. Like, that's another thing it taught me is I learned to be grateful for the small things in life, man. Even this roof over my head, man. This roof right here, I was grateful for it, man. So yeah, I don't take a bed for granted. And you know, if you live out of your car, you know that you never take a bed for granted. If you go in a hotel room after sleeping in your car, you know that you gonna have a good night's sleep, man. Yeah, and I started getting like, you know, back problems and stuff. So I would do it differently if I did it again, which I probably would do it again, but I definitely would do it differently. Next thing I realized is I'm a minimalist. I'm a minimalist, man. Did I say that right, man? Minimalistic. I like to live a minimalistic life, man. I don't like to have a whole bunch of things, whether it be cameras. You know, I got this Osmo Pocket 3 and this can do it all, but I had big cameras, small cameras, action cameras, drones. Like, I don't like having a whole bunch. I have a lot of shit, but I don't like having a lot of shit. And living in your car, it teaches you to be like, you know, you just got your car and you just got the things inside of your car, you know, like you don't have to worry about, you know, cutting the grass or, you know, mounting the TV or all this. Like, I learned that I'm a minimalist. Like, I just like to keep my life simple. I like to have fun, but I like to have a simple life, especially with ADHD, because I'm all over the place with stuff, man. I'm cluttered with stuff in my mind and in my space, and I hate that. So having as little, having the least amount of things that are still a necessity as possible, you know, that's what fits my life. So I realized, you know, living in your car, you have to be a minimalist, because you can't have, you know, everything, this is your whole life inside of here, but you can't have a desktop PC gaming setup, a PS4. You know, some people have that, but you can't have all that shit because you're stuck in this, you know, this small box, this car. So and I actually like living minimalistically because, like I said, it's less things I gotta worry about taking care of and stuff. You know, I have my cooler, I have to have a big fridge, and you know, just all that stuff. Next thing is I learned to love having alone time, man. And like being to myself, to actually learn me, learn my good habits, learn my bad habits, just learn me, because I didn't really know who I was, man. And being on that trip, like, you know, it was just me. Like I said, it was just me. And you know, I was learning, okay, what I like and what I don't like. I was learning, okay, because I live with my mother, man, and you know, people would tell you things about yourself, but you wouldn't really realize it. But then once you get out by yourself, you start learning, okay, well, you know, if I don't, like, for example, y'all probably gonna, I don't care if y'all judge me, and we listen, we do not judge, man. And it's not really my fault. It's kind of is. But in Utah, it was cold as shit, man, and I was cooking. That's the night that I was getting away from that guy who was gonna kill me. So I left him and cooked something really quickly, and then got into bed. It was like 10 degrees outside. So I cooked a quick quesadilla, and then I was like, it's cold, the food won't go bad. So I put like the cheese, I left the cheese outside of the cooler. It was zipped up, and then I left like a can of something or something that I wasn't gonna eat, but I was like, fuck it, let me just put it in the back of my truck, close it up. Next day when I wake up, there's mice poop in there. So I'm like, damn, we got mice now, man. So it taught me, like, my hygiene had to be better. I can't just be leaving shit, because there's gonna become consequences that's gonna cost me later down the line. So, you know, and it's also like, it taught me, you know, I can't just be, you know, doing things to get it over quick and fast just because I'm cold. You know, I was cooking. A part of cooking is cleaning up, you know, doing the dishes and stuff. So just because I was cold, I should have never did that, because the mice came. So that taught me, you know, clean up. So after that, anytime I cooked, I would clean up. I barely cooked after that, but after that, I would clean up my mess, you know, make sure everything's right, tip-top position. Even for little things, like I said, with hygiene and stuff, I'll be driving on a truck just eating fast food, and you know, I would put food down, or not put food down, but like put the wrapper down or something like that, and that shit would start piling up. I'm like, bro, I can't live like this. So it started teaching me like, bro, okay, my habits of like, okay, I need to finish every job I complete. If I eat this, even if I'm not eating good, if I eat this fast food or some shit like that, I need to throw it away. I can't just throw it on the ground. You get what I'm saying? And worry about it later. I need to do shit now. You know, but going back into like, I learned to love having alone time is like now, I've always really liked alone time, but living in a house with other people, you never really got that alone time. But, you know, like I said, I would be out, you know, sitting at a river, just me and my dog, just alone. And it got me started thinking about my thoughts and like, you know, like, damn, you know, there's so much more to life than just, you know, keeping up with the Jones, you know, like, just like, just dumb stuff, you know, the regular life, you know, like just being by myself, it taught me like there's more to life than just that. You know, so and now like I love, and this is where it's a blessing but it's cursed. Like I love being around people, don't get me wrong, I love being around family and friends doing things, but sometimes I just don't want to fuck with nobody. Sometimes I just hate people. Like I just want to like be by myself, like, because people start to annoy me, irritate me, all that piss me off. So I'm just like, I don't want to be agitated with you right now. I just want to be with myself, do what I want to do, how I do it. So that's another thing, man. Next thing is, that living in my truck, it humbled me so much, man, and it taught me to appreciate the littlest things, the smallest things in life, man. For example, a warm shower, a shower in general. But living in a car, you don't have a shower, so you gotta go to the gym. So it's like, it was one day like I was in the middle, I think, of Utah, and Utah did not have any Planet Fitnesses. So I was in the desert for 2 days, and I'm like, bro, I need to wash my ass. I need to clean up. Like, you know, I need to wash up, man. So then I left the next day, and meanwhile, it's already 48 to 50 hours without a shower. And I'm like, bro, I can't do this. So I leave, and it's a 10-hour drive to Arizona. 10 hours the whole way. I'm like, bro, I fucking stink. You know, I wish I had a shower right now. So I get to the shower, and I kid you not, as soon as I get to the shower, it's cold, man. Mind you, it's cold as shit, because I guess the Planet Fitness broke. But even that cold water, just showering and getting clean, I appreciated that so much, man. The littlest thing, man. I mean, you guys are probably going to take a shower tonight or early tomorrow morning, not thinking anything about it. But I appreciated a cold shower in a gym in Arizona. You know, so like I said, it taught me to appreciate the smallest things. You know, even having a blanket, a warm sleeping bag, because the first couple nights it was cool when I was like in North Carolina. Then when I got to Colorado, it started getting real cold, and I'm like, damn, man, like I'm cold as shit. You know, this blanket ain't doing nothing. So then I had a cold weather blanket or sleeping bag, and I'm like, bro, I appreciate this so much. I had a warm car, things like that. You know, food, like the accessibility to go get food at night. Like, you know, I would go to Wiener Schnitzel, I think. Yeah, Wiener Schnitzel. I never been there, but I was in New Mexico. And I'm like, bro, I'm hungry as shit. There's nothing open. But I had a car. I was able to drive to the car to get the food. Even though it's fast food, I appreciated the ability to have that, man. So yeah, like the smallest things in life. The smallest things in life, man. Having enough money to get gas, but like having a good set of tires, or just having a truck in general. Like I said, having my truck versus people sleeping on the streets. You know, we're both technically homeless, but I wouldn't say I'm homeless, but I'm houseless. But I still have this vessel that I can sleep in, where they're exposed to the elements, to other people and things like that, man. And I'm gonna say this, because we're going a little past my time. One of the last things that I've noticed, I should have put it first, but bro, there are so many people living out their car, and I did not notice it until I started doing it. You know, I've seen a few people here in Maryland before, but I think what we do as people is we overlook it. Like, we just think like, oh, it's a regular car sitting there. But once you start living in a car, putting up the window covers, and, you know, having your car run in the middle of the night, and parking in a Cracker Barrel, because that's where I slept. I used to love Cracker Barrels, man. I started realizing, like, there are so many people living out their car, whether they choose to or whether they were just put in a situation where they financially they have to live in their car. There are so many people doing it, man. I've met many people living out their car, man. Probably over 50 people I've met, and then I've probably seen over 150 to 200 just being on my road trip for this short amount of time, man. You know, so many people live in their car, and you don't know the real struggle until you actually do it. Yeah, it was fun for me a couple times, but sometimes I was cold as shit. I was hot as shit. I couldn't do certain things because I had spike. So, yeah, man. There's so many people doing it, and if you're watching this and you're doing it, man, you're a strong soul. You're a strong soul. And just know, if you don't want to be in a situation, just know things will get better. I promise you. Just keep God number one, keep faith number one, man. But yeah, man, with that being said, those were the things that I realized while living in my car, while living in my truck, in this very truck. You know, it's probably some things that I miss, but you guys get the gist, man. If you do want to see some of my travels, I do have them in my previous videos. And I still have a few videos that I have edited. I just have to post. So I will be getting that content out to you guys, man. But yeah, man, I hope you enjoyed this video. With that being said, it's your boy Meech the Preach. I love y'all. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next video, man. Gang.